People, deluded, I'm back again. Arsenal 5, Derby's under 23's 0, and it's another game, it's another win. And obviously, Arsenal as a football club at the moment has been doing quite well. I know we lost to Everton, but our form at first team level has been good. Under 18s look like they're going to win that league, and we've moved up the table, I believe, at under 23 level. We know a lot of these players want to kick on and get into the there's nowhere else after this, get into the first team and things like that. And it was another day, another great game from us, to be fair with you. Like I said, I've got the notes on my phone, but it was a great game, man. You lot know I like watching Saka, John-Jules, Ameachi. I love to see that Swanson came off the bench as well. He signed a professional contract, and although he didn't play too much, he obviously got some minutes. I feel Ben Shafe in particular, his passing was very good in my opinion. I feel we played well. Osei Tutu as well down the right after hailing him up. Saka, Ameachi, goes without saying. John-Jules, obviously, dynamite again, a young brace for him. They were moving mad at this level. But I would say first 10, more the first 5, I'd say it was looking like it was going to be a tasty game. I mean tasty in a good way, I felt, for us. It looked like the counter-attack was on. It looked like Derby are looking like they're coming here to play, and they're a good football side if you watch their under-23s, and they got a pathway for the young G's and that. But they looked like they came to play football. I think they won a corner very early on. It looked like the counter was on for us. It looked like it was going to be a fast start. Both teams were getting it down and moving it. I felt them down the right-hand side, their fullback, I'm not sure of his name, the right back, in particular, was getting forward and kind of getting beyond Cohen Bramall, sorry, too easily. So it looked like a tasty game. I'd actually say at a point it looked like we needed to test their keeper more, but after the first 10, we kind of woke up, was getting winning corners and that. Saka looked up for it as well. Ameachi was obviously there. I felt Willock could have played better on the grand scheme of things, but he was up for it. We was playing quite well and doing our thing. John-Jules he's coming deep. He's providing a physical threat to the centre half and them sort of things there. Ameachi down the right hand side. Osei Tutu. We're looking like we're on this. Like I said, people, let me get my notes back up. The counter attack looked on, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Also, after hail up, within the first 7 minutes, I saw a nice little set piece. Short routine from I believe Ameachi and John-Jules. It was Ameachi from the left hand side, played it into Tyrese. Tyrese kind of back-heeled it, and I can't remember why the move broke down, but I like to see the young players doing things like that, and it's nice to see that. You can see, obviously on Sunday it didn't really work, but you saw us playing a lot of short corners on Sunday, and you're seeing the under-23s and under-18s follow suit with the set piece routine. So it's nice to see them sort of things there, man. Eventually, when we got into the game, I don't think there was any stopping us. I feel the midfielders, the wingers looked up for it on either hand side. The midfielders, the central mids looked up for it. Obviously, John-Jules scored in the game, but I felt, when watching the game, I have to hail up the defence as well. I think we're playing quite brave. At times, it's actually risky. Like, my heart was there. I was thinking, boys, like, we relax a bit, but we showed bravery. We played some good passes. Everyone in the back four, in my opinion, especially the centre-halves, man. Really good play, man. And at some point within the game, I don't remember the minute, and I haven't got it written down, but Ballard made one lovely clearance off the line. Obviously, on a general point, people, obviously we've won 5-0 and we were superb for all of it. But in the second half, there was a couple of incidences where we switched off, and if Derby weren't 5-0 down or different contexts, the team might have taken advantage of it. It's also nice to see Arthur Okonkwo kind of solidifying himself as under-23's first team keeper of late as well, man. Nice to see. Obviously, he went off with the first team to Dubai. John-Jules did as well. He's backfiring goals at this level. People are making progress. It's nice to see, man, because that means that they're trying to push themselves, whether they're going to make it here or elsewhere. So, yeah, man, first 20, we're doing our thing. I feel, especially down the right-hand side, we're looking like we're going to cause trouble. And Tyrese, around the 20-minute mark, he picks the pocket of one of their players, and he finds the far corner. It's 1-0. It's poor defending from Derby. We then scored another goal shortly after. Again, it's poor. I'd say it's more marking, really, because you could see it developing. Saka did very well down the left-hand side. It's a good team move, to be fair with you. Does well down the left-hand side. Ball comes in. John-Jules doing what every striker is meant to do. Be in the box, make a movement, lose your man, and he comes, I wouldn't say sliding in, but get something on it. He gets a brace. We're 2-0 up at this moment in time, and we're playing very well, in my opinion, collectively. Like I've said, from defence to attack, we're playing quite well. Tyrese obviously could have had a hat-trick as well, 30th minute or so. I can't remember who put him in, but someone's threaded in a lovely ball to him. He normally finishes it, but he hit straight at the keeper, and I believed it bobbled over. But these things happen as a striker. When Willett scored, for me, that was a lovely goal, people, because initially on the left-hand side, Willett done well to keep the ball on. Obviously, from the left-hand side, the football was recycled. Everyone got a couple players got. Apologies for the video randomly cutting out there. I don't know what's his problem, but like I was saying, apologies, people. If you're not with me, Derby, obviously 0, Arsenal 5, but Willett done very well to initially keep the move on, and then the balls is eventually recycled between everybody. There's a couple of touches collectively throughout everybody. Eventually the ball ends up on the right hand side. Initially Ameachi does well, then I'll say 23's taking men on, being positive as a wing back or a full back, whatever you want to refer to it as. Puts the ball into the box. It's good movement from Willett. He scores. It's 3-0 up as an Arsenal fans. I mean, as Arsenal, we're 3-0 up at this moment in time, to be fair with you, and we're playing well when we're out of sight. And the more goals we scored, the more Derby kind of become disheartened and things like that. So yeah, man. Second half, all in all, before I get onto the goals, I just make these points. I say, like I said, a couple of times we switched off a bit. Generally, we played well with a swagger. We obviously scored 2 more goals. I think we went through the motions a bit. I felt Derby were just giving Ameachi way too much space, and have they not been watching his season or their briefing in regards to what Ameachi's on the right hand side? I feel Burton did well to press for the initial goal as well, for one of the goals. But yeah, we might as well talk about the goal. Second half, it was generally more of the same. Derby, their heads are starting to sink, and we're doing nothing. We're playing well generally as a team, but I feel Ameachi just in general is having the freedom of the park, man. Every time he's counter-attacking on that right-hand side, he looks like he's going to make something happen, man. Obviously, he got his goal in the second half to make it 4-0. Again, it's poor defending. The ball eventually fell to him, and he actually scored with his right foot, so he takes advantage. He'll take them goals. It don't matter how you score. It just matters what your statistics say at the end of the season or game by game. He'll take that. It's 4-0 at that moment in time, and like I said, man, we're playing well, as seems to be the case for all these young videos, for the young players I make. We keep going over the same things. Medley obviously scored. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but by this point, Swanson came onto the pitch. He must have had, 12 minutes or something like that, or close to that. It's a lovely early ball from him, and Medley does well to rise up, man. But again, it's poor keeping, in my opinion, and it's poor marking, and Derby were poor, as you would be if you lose 5-0. But yeah, man, another game, Arsenal keep winning. I can't complain, people. Arsenal 5, Derby 0. People, deluded. I'm out. Sorry for the video cutting out, but we've got there in the end. I'm out.